scheme off. But they do in Manhattan, Kansas. It means every man a Wildcat. And inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium, virtually every man, woman, and child is a Wildcat and loves Kansas State. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Wild. Offense will go on the attack first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Back to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Dickey. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Leaves it with the running back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. And the Wildcats in a good spot here with second and short. Using his legs, it's Dickey. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Caught behind the line. It's Buck. Taken out of bounds after a good... Got there. There is striking distance at the 37. Kansas State really has this drive rolling.
3:25. Go.
Off the play fake on first down. To throw. Fires complete on the crosser. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Off the boot, looking for his man. Quickly to the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it first and goal.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the second level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats!
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Cougars offense has its first opportunity of the day. Bunch formation for these receivers. He wants to change this route. The toss sweep to the right. Find some fresh air. Good, solid, determined. They'll mark him down at the 27. The Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. To the ground to try to move the chains.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
The Cougars back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. It's Nakua. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the... BYU will have a first down. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. From the gun, running back gets the give.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Nakua. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
And the Cougars had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. From the red zone, looking for a space. Got it in the middle, it's Coates. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw, because he put it out in front of his big man.
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, BYU!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football team.
And he tacks on the extra point. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Gives it on the option. Finds his way for 3 after the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And the defense getting a hand in there on 3rd down.
And this guy has been so important to this defense, the way he plays on the back end. Top 10 in the nation in interceptions. He just has a feel and reads the quarterback's eyes. He almost picked that last one off.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
They have set the tone in this one already inside a minute to play in a wild first quarter. The RPO, it's complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll send the back in motion. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Coates. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
Fires to the tight end. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The Cougars come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Fights off a defender. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. From the red zone, looking for a man. Firing to the right, complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
A first down run in the red zone. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Trying to bull his way in. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Well, short completion, setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Trying to pound it in. They're going to stop him short, and man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on 3rd down.
2nd quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practiced all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
And as they come to the line of scrimmage here, you can take the lead with a field goal, but a touchdown here. Tight end trying to get in. Touchdown Cougars. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Getting set for the point after. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target. They make the big play, get the touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. The give to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Offense in a bunch formation. Give to the running back. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. To the air on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Quarterback may change this route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. BYU has this offense clicking. The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play. Able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll move the wide receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly complete. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Right on the money. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
And the O will stay out there and go for it on 4th and inches. He'll go to the sneak. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. Wants to throw on first down. He's got it on the move. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Power football with the run. Touchdown, BYU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wants to go up top on first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Kansas State will have to punt it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the
pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you needed. Put some doubt in his head. Get to him. Hit him. Get physical. They get the sack on this play, and that's just what they needed.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Manhattan. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Motion from the back. He'll start this drive firing. Caught over the middle. It's Phillips. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Now on 2nd down. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. There he goes. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Running back searching for a hole.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
Strong run there to pick up 4 and get it out to the 7.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Tries to slither forward on the sneak.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Got a man. It's sticky. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Rides the back on the option. The give. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. Hauls it in at the 40. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. That's reeled in. It's Nakua. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And after a successful run like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
And the Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Tight end now in motion. To the air on 2nd down. They get to him as he throws. Fires the pass. Intercepted. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. On the run. It's Sticky. Got the 1st down and more. Trying to take it back. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking left. Tosses it incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Short gain on the play before he slides.
This is why 3rd down is so difficult for quarterbacks, because the defense substitutes. They put faster guys on the field, and they've got all of their different exotic looks they've been game planning all week for, some things you haven't seen on film yet, and it confuses your offensive line. It confuses you, and you're out here just trying to make plays, trying to do something right to get a 1st down. Wasn't able to gain a lot there.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. first down. It's 2nd and 6. They go to the ground. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
BYU with the 1st and 10. Got the back over the middle. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Try to get it to the edge. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't Olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate.
Breaks into the open. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll run it from the gun. Nowhere to go on that run, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Snagged in the middle, it's Coates. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
They'll try the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cougar! They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Handoff to the lone back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
And I get it. At this point in the second half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6. The Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. Trying to impose their will with the run. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
From the gun, the running back has it. Jukes his way for more. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, running back on the move. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down.
Yeah, and I think on that 3rd down and short call, I honestly think that they thought it was going to be a 4th down situation. Now it's 4th and 2. I think this offense was ready for this opportunity, and I think they're going to go for it right here.
He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. If you want to look on the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball, because it is a long way to the end zone. Gets it across the 10, a pickup of 5, and out of trouble to the 12. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
He'll sneak it and try to surge forward.
You know, when you're QB sneaking as a quarterback, you got to make a decision. You going right or you going left, and that's all predetermined based on how the defensive line lines up. Nice decision there by the quarterback.
Gets rid of it. Fires to the big fella.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Creates a little space. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Kansas stay quick to the line.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long.
29 Philly. 29 Philly.
Back to pass. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Finds a man on the left. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Wildcats getting set on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Turning it on. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. And the Wildcats didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Lost to fire on 2nd down. Lets it go to the end zone. Pass is broken up. Incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And this passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run. When they're going between the tackles, this defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Motion from the wideout. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Got his man quickly. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. We're at the midway point of the season, and after the showing they delivered today, this team is firing on all cylinders through Week 7.
We've been talking a lot about this team, but you want to be remembered in the month of November. The most important part and the meat of this schedule now is coming up. If you play well throughout the second half of the year, we're talking college football playoff potentially.
Yeah, but you got to start somewhere, right? And I like that they started strong, made it to Week 7 now. Yes, the rivalries are coming up, and more important games are coming up, but you did what you needed to